Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So you think we can survive the next 200 days or so of orange? This coming from Wrecked Capital on Twitter. To thrive in the 518 plus days of green after the halving, guys, we do need to get past this area here. So in 2019, again, like I say, 2023 shaping up to be a year like 2019, a bit of an indecisive year for cryptocurrencies. But you can see here on the chart, he's denoted that orange level here, a bit of a downward trend before that final pop off top. And so about another 200 days, of course, the halving is happening in April of 2024. So, that's basically what we're waiting for here. We could possibly see fresh lows for Bitcoin and altcoins. So, I'm ready for it. We haven't seen too much activity on the chart as of late. And, that's generally a sign that something big is going to happen either to the upside or to the downside. And if history repeats itself, we are going to see something in the way of maybe a $20,000 Bitcoin. I don't think we're going to be going all the way back down to 16,000, 15,000, anything like that. But we could in fact see $20,000. That would be a psychological level where we'd see activity, I think, and investors buying up. So looking at, the trend that we saw here back in 2019, again, I'm just going to plot this bars pattern on the Bitcoin chart right now to give you guys a sense of what we could in fact see. And I know this seems very dramatic because we had that black swan event in there. So, to be honest, I don't think we're going to dip back down to these new fresh lows. I think we are probably going to hover somewhere in and around here. So, finding support in and around 19,000, maybe just under $20,000. So this level here before we move up again. That means Bitcoin, as per today's numbers, could see another 20-25% decrease before we start making our way up. Not saying this is going to happen, of course. This would affect the rest of the market. This is why me, personally, I'm poised, waiting on the sidelines with cash in hand. Going to be picking some more coins once this happens with my patrons at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. And I'm sure you guys know about that. So we're waiting for this to occur. It's a bit of a wait and see moment right now in crypto. I'm really wondering what the fourth quarter is going to have in store for us. But like I said, altcoins will follow Bitcoin. And so, those picks are going to be crucial for this coming run. Not necessarily going to be accumulating more of the same coins. I do have a few new coins that I want to share with my patrons once that time comes. So if you guys aren't signed up and you're interested, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Right now, XRP trading at 50 cents. So the calm before the storm across the board. And Titan of Crypto here saying, you might want to bookmark this one. Momentum cycle cheat code. Here's a way to spot momentum shift in Bitcoin cycles. On the monthly time frame, two conditions, okay? The line flips to green or red, it crosses the blue line. Whenever the line flips from green to red and it crosses the blue, one to the downside, the momentum shifts from bullish to bearish, as you guys can see from this chart here. We saw it in 3 cycles so far. So bearish activity here, you guys can see we hit that here back in 2014. I'm sure many of you guys probably weren't here for that. I wasn't even here for that. But in 2018, I was here for this one. Bearish momentum after a few months. Indication that we were bearish, then it finally dipped down. We got into those lows. We saw the bullish activity in the first half of 2019. That's when we went bullish. The Black Swan event, though, was that oddball that really kind of caught us off guard. But, we got out of it. It did go bearish for a bit before we saw the rest of that pump. And now, today, 2023, guys, out of bear territory. And now we're just looking for the bulls to run. So that is essentially what he's saying in a nutshell. Whenever the line flips from red to green and it crosses the blue line, one to the upside, the momentum shift is bearish to bullish. So if you're interested in this indicator, I'll talk about it in my next post. Again, this coming from Titan of Crypto. So I will link this tweet in the description of the video if you guys want to follow him for more information. Now, broader crypto news, this one from Michael Branch. The SEC has decided to postpone the Bitcoin ETF from Cathie Wood's ARK Invest. Bad news for the blockchain industry. Recently, the SEC officially postponed its decision on Cathie Wood's ARK Invest proposed Bitcoin ETF. As anticipated, the Federal Securities and Exchange Commission agency officially announced a delay in its decision regarding the Bitcoin ETF proposed by ARK Invest. As we know, the decision has been widely expected by the crypto industry and investors, but now a further slippage in the timeline is on the horizon. So The other thing that's going on right now is this is getting delayed. A lot of the crypto-related activity is getting delayed. So I think these governing bodies, they're really trying to put off another bull run. What they don't realize is that a bull run is not going to be put off, just because they do this kind of thing. Now, Bitcoin is going to do what it does. The halving is going to occur. We're going to see bullish activity. I mean, how bullish is really more of the question. But, as you guys can see here, they're trying tooth and nail to stop it, or at least to slow down cryptocurrency so that they can get in and they can capitalize on these opportunities. And guys, this is why me too, I am sitting on the sidelines with cash, waiting to accumulate when they accumulate, the big guys accumulate. So this is what they're saying. So the SEC has requested further reviews and announced that its final decision will be delayed. The news could affect the performance of crypto markets and investors' expectations. Not surprisingly, many are now wondering what the impact of this delay will be and when we can expect a final decision from the SEC. I mean, I guess the positive thing is that crypto is a worldwide market. So everybody else around the world is going to be trading crypto and Bitcoin, so on and so forth. Unfortunately, and fortunately, I mean, one and the same. The United States is such a big cryptocurrency trading market. So, it will have an impact. It will make a dent. But it's not the end. I mean, there's still going to be a bull run. Bitcoin's still going to get up to new all-time highs, I think, by 2025. Recently, a bipartisan group of lawmakers sent a letter to the chairman of the U.S. SEC, Gary Gensler, asking the agency to reconsider its position. The letter was sent shortly before Gensler's hearing before the House Representatives Financial Services Committee, which brings me to my next story here, guys. And Stuart Alderati had something to share, some concerns actually, about Gary Gensler's crypto testimony. So Stuart Alderati, Ripple's general counsel, has expressed concerns over SEC Chair Gensler's testimony about cryptocurrencies. The advanced disclosure of the chairman's statement portrays crypto assets primarily as securities. So Gensler has gone on the record, and I'm just going to bring this up because Eleanor Turret did tweet this out yesterday. Chairman Gary Gensler's testimony for tomorrow's House Financial Services hearing has been released. And here's essentially, by and large, what it says. There's nothing about the crypto asset securities market that suggests that investors and issuers are less deserving of the protections of the SEC. Then it goes into, I'm not going to go over all of it. I will link it in the description, but I'm going to just summarize some of the points here. So it goes into, what Congress decided in 1933, 1934, securities laws, blah, 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 given that most crypto tokens are subject to the securities laws. So he's basically stating it is a security. Most are subject to securities laws. It follows that most crypto intermediaries have to comply with securities laws as well. These laws have been in the books for decades. Given the industry's wide-ranging non-compliance with securities law, it's surprising that we've seen many problems. Thus, we have brought a number of enforcement actions. Yeah, we know. The SEC also has addressed the crypto securities market through rulemaking. Okay, so he's basically just reiterating a lot of his points here with regards to what they have been doing. As we all know, we know what they've been doing, and we know that it's wrong. We know that they are ruling by enforcement. We know that none of what they're doing is actually helping the crypto industry or fostering new rules for the crypto industry. It's just attacking crypto companies that have no idea what they should or should not be doing. So while our current investment advisor custody rule already applies to crypto funds and securities, our proposal updating it would cover all crypto assets and enhance the protections that qualified custodians provide. These are just two examples of the rules we postpone that touch the crypto market. So that is one point there. Gary Gensler does go on. I don't know. That was the same document there. So, okay. Gary Gensler obviously not budging on his stance. And Stuart Alderati is basically refuting Gensler's assertion, accusing him of intending to lie to Congress. The lawyer cites a July decision from the Ripple case. As we know, XRP is not a security, this coming from the courts. Gensler's pre-release testimony suggests a firm stance on most crypto assets meeting the investment contract criterion by securities laws. He stated that investors and issuers of crypto asset securities markets are equally deserving of the protection afforded by securities laws, implying comprehensive compliance with these laws by crypto intermediaries. However, Gensler avoided commenting on active litigation, so that's interesting. But I guess it's par for the course, focusing on the applicability of existing rules and proposals. So he doesn't want to talk about the fact that there are no real existing rules that can govern cryptocurrencies because, Congress has got to make some up. The industry is still so new. So he is doing what he does, ruling by enforcement. So the Stuart Alderati tweet right here, the SEC chair will go to Congress tomorrow and lie by stating that there is such a thing as a crypto asset securities market and tokens themselves are investment contracts. So that is the first lie. Stuart Al-Aradi continues down here by saying, perhaps just one representative will read this line from the court's July 2023 decision. In the Ripple case, XRP as a digital token is not, and in and of itself, a contract, transaction, or scheme that embodies the Howey requirements of an investment contract. And I really do hope that does come out in this hearing because, well, quite frankly, we deserve it, don't you think? With regards to corruption in the system, well, John Deaton has come out talking a little bit about the ETHgate scandal, and Steven Narioff had a piece of paper in his pocket, apparently. Well, John Deaton explains it here if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. Listen to this.
There is an email that just went out, not an email, but a tweet that just went out by Steve Narioff, okay? And I want you to read what it says.
I guess I'll pause it here and read it for you guys. After what they put us through, I share your frustrations, okay? This coming from Steven Narioff directly. We were conspiracy theorists, betrayed, and they're prisoners. Me, literally for 4 years. I have legal constraints on timing, but here you go in pertinent part. Crypto Judas and Crooked Elbow Joe say I wasn't essential and I don't have receipts. Well, this was an email from Joe Lubin in July of 2014 to Steven Narioff. Yes, brilliant work. Let's hope nobody ever sees it. Yes, thank you, Bert and Jeff. Great job all the way around. Thank you, Bert. So on and so forth. I'm going to let John Deaton explain the rest.
All right. Remember that piece of paper that Joe Lubin talked about? And he said, before the ETH ICO, I had a piece of paper in my pocket, right? Well, there it is. Look at the date, people. Guess who got that piece of paper in Joe Lubin's pocket? That's right, Steve Narioff. All right. So that's extremely significant. And I want you to just think about that for a minute. That's extremely significant. And so that's why I was excited about it. And, you know, I apologize if other people kept hyping it up to the point where, short of me announcing that the case was settled or that XRP was going to $2 or something, that it was going to disappoint people. But we are getting closer to the truth. And I think it is significant. And I think it is big news because at the end of the day, how long has people been fighting for this, right? We just want transparency and we're getting closer.
Well put, John Dean. I'm glad he's confident because I know, I feel like in the XRP community at least, everybody's kind of been waiting with bated breath for what it feels like an eternity. And, you know, we're getting so close to getting some real justice, I think, that, you know, that in itself is going to be a celebration. Nevertheless, Bill Morgan did comment on this too. Okay, not saying that all that Steven Narioff is suggesting this, but imagine if there have been 2 free passes connected to Ethereum. Interesting hypothesis. The first in 2014 connected to the ICO, and the second, the Hinman speech in June of 2018 and all other sales. What is in the Lubin piece of paper? Very, very good question. Kashta down here saying, you know, a person like myself gets the impression that what's been said publicly so far via suggestions that there was a contract with decision makers to test the idea of masking an investment contract as a gas token, and some assurance was given that they could proceed back from 2014. And Bill Morgan responding, by investment contract, you mean the ICO. Kashka down here saying, you know, indeed, the ICO is synonymous for an ICO under the securities laws. So, I mean, there is a lot going on right now with regards to ETHgate. You know, Gary Gensler does, fortunately for us, unfortunately for him, does have a lot on his plate. And Crypto Eddie posting this, should you want to watch the SEC Chair Gensler testify in the hearing today, it is going live, guys, and that's going live at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time today. So I will link this in the description of the video for you. If you guys are catching this video before 10 a.m. or even during the hearing, you can sit in. The other news that's been shaking the crypto world with regards to mainstream adoption, or perhaps a step back in that case, is this: Chase UK to block crypto payments citing fraud and scams. So starting on October the 16th, the bank will decline customer attempts to make payments related to crypto assets via debit cards or ongoing bank transfers. This coming from Chase Bank, okay? We know JP Morgan Chase, one conglomerate, but this is Chase subsidiary in the UK. Banking giant Chase is banning crypto-linked payments via debit cards or ongoing bank transfers in the UK starting on October the 16th, according to an email to customers. They say, if we think you're making a payment related to crypto assets, we will decline it. The email adding that customers are free to use a different bank or provider to invest in crypto. However, finding a crypto-friendly bank in the country may not be the easiest thing, as UK credit institutions have a history of blocking or limiting customer access to crypto. The local financial watchdog, the Financial Conduct Authority, recently said it had facilitated discussions between banks and crypto firms because lenders have shown a reluctance to offer the service in the industry. So in an email reviewed by CoinDesk, Chase said that it was banning crypto payments because fraudsters are increasingly using crypto assets to steal large sums of money. Of course, the classic excuse here from people, a reason cited by other UK banks that have previously imposed similar limitations. So this is pretty big because Chase, a fairly big bank, people in the crypto community have come out, like Minus Wells here, saying, I just canceled my Chase bank account. This new policy is unacceptable in my opinion. And here is the new policy, okay, from Chase directly. Our policy around crypto is changing. Here's what it means for you. To help keep your money safe from frauds and scams, we're changing the types of payments you can make from Chase. From October 16th, if we think you're making a payment related to crypto assets, we'll decline it. If you'd still like to invest in crypto assets, you can try using a different bank or provider instead, but please be cautious as you may not be able to get the money back if the payment ends up being related to a fraud or scam. Please head to our website for more information. We've made this decision because fraudsters are increasingly using crypto assets to steal large sums of money from people. Declining these payments is one of the ways we're keeping you safe and your money safe. Boy, thanks for telling me what to do with my money, Chase Bank. I mean, I'm not with Chase Bank personally, but if I were a customer like Minus Wells here, I would probably do the same, close it down. Brian Armstrong even coming out and saying, totally inappropriate behavior from Chase UK. This is their UK bank only in my understanding. And he tags Rishi Sunak here and who is it? Andrew Griffith, an MP over there in the UK. It appears Chase UK does not respect your policy goals. What are your thoughts on this? UK crypto holders should close their Chase accounts if this is how they're going to be treated. Now, it's interesting because the UK wants to be crypto friendly. Chase is coming out saying we're not going to support crypto payments, which makes me think something else is going on here, that they're saying, okay, we're not going to accept crypto payments for all the multitude of exchanges that are currently running in the UK. But once the framework is set and once we know, where the rules are and, what entities are good to go, green lit for cryptocurrency in the UK, well, those are the entities that we are going to do business with. So they're saying they're cutting it off for now. But my feeling is, JP Morgan, you have something up your sleeve? Well, do you remember this from Altcoin Daily? Today, JP Morgan Chase banned Bitcoin and crypto transactions for all UK clients, possibly more banks to follow. Guys, this was Tika Tawari. Remember him from 2017? Remember, though, Jamie Dimon, CEO of Chase, isn't selling. Jamie Dimon is most likely buying. And Chase is probably buying too. Remember what happened back in 2017.
This has really been extremely egregious. So on September 12th, Jamie Dimon says Bitcoin is a fraud. He says he'll fire any one of his traders buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin drops 24%. When Jamie Dimon speaks, people listen. So that weekend, we found out that the largest buyer of a Bitcoin fund that's in Europe that buys physical Bitcoin, right? The largest buyer was Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan. And that's not illegal.
He says it's a fraud.
It says he'll fire anyone that buys it. Yes.
And at the same time, his company is buying it.
His company is buying it.
It's just, so unethical.
Right.
Yep, totally unethical. But are you really surprised? Really, are you surprised? I wanted to thank Altcoin Daily for posting that. On the flip side, though, HSBC customers should be delighted because HSBC has just announced that their users are eligible to pay for their mortgage bills and loans with cryptocurrency. Boy, there's always a flip side to things. And guys, some of the cryptocurrencies, guys, that they're including here: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin, XRP, Ripple's XRP, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, and many, many more. So this is breaking news too. HSBC customers can now pay their mortgage with XRP. So if you're feeling cash poor right now, guys, and you need to pay your mortgage, those rates moving higher, maybe it's time to switch to HSBC Bank. In a groundbreaking move, FCF Pay, a blockchain-based payment processor, has announced that HSBC customers can now settle their mortgage bills and loans using a variety of cryptocurrencies, including XRP. as well as several top meme coins. This game-changing feature was announced via a tweet by the firm on Tuesday, marking a significant step towards cryptocurrency integration into traditional financing services. So here was the tweet. HSBC customers, we are delighted to announce that HSBC users are eligible to pay their mortgage bills. Well, it's the one that I read up here, essentially. This development follows a series of moves aimed at integrating cryptocurrencies into the mainstream financial transactions. In October of 2022, FCF Pay made headlines by enabling the use of SHIB tokens, aside from Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, and other cryptos, for purchasing Netflix subscriptions. So it sounds as though FCF Pay looking to bridge that gap between the traditional banks, in this case HSBC, and the mainstream entertainment providers, but also big shops like Amazon Shopping. They also mention Visa card here. So moreover, in 2022, November of 22, crypto enthusiasts were thrilled to learn that they could also utilize their tokens to purchase flight tickets with American Airlines and Air Canada. Guys, this is where crypto should be going. It should not be that the Chases of the world are, demonizing crypto, shutting down your payments. See, here's the thing. They don't want us to get rich. They want us to use our crypto, but they don't want us to make money on our crypto. It's a double-edged sword. Two separate things if you can get your head around it, guys. And to be honest with you, I think they are running out of time. They know we are accumulating. They know this is the last rally, probably, that we're going to be able to accelerate our wealth in an unregulated environment. So this is why I'm switching up my strategy this time around, guys. And for only $5 a month, you can follow me, Working Money Channel, on Patreon. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.